Do you do you peel your tangerines?
I do. That's a wrap.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this conversation we have. I am Chelsi Campbell. I'm a producer and host, and I am here with the legendary, the wonderful Kilcasca.
Kilcasca.
And we are here in Studio A at the Remix Project. So, Kilcasca, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me here today.
I'm literally so excited.
I'm excited. I'm nervous.
You don't be nervous.
I'm so nervous.
It's just going to be a little chill chat with Kilcasca.
Of course.
So I want to start immediately, just
Mhm.
because I'm so eager to get to know
Okay.
who the heck is Kilcasca.
You know what? That is such a it's such a simple question, but it's such a loaded question. Because I think right now I'm on a journey of discovering who I am. And that's kind of like I don't have an answer to that question. I don't know when I will have an answer to that question. But I think that is what makes me me. Because like if people that listen to my music, they'll hear a lot of themes of like self-discovery and reflection and resilience, things like that. So I feel like the fact that I don't know who I am right now is kind of a reflection of who I am, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
It
You know what
does
I
make
mean?
sense. I do know what you mean. And
Yeah,
to me, it's like you're almost on this journey
that's it.
of like finding out who
Yeah.
is Kilcasca.
So maybe I represent that journey. Maybe yeah. But
Yeah.
if we're going baseline, I'm an R&B singer. I'm originally from South Africa, but I'm in Canada now. Canada, Toronto, the six.
Pick up the
Represent.
six.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So I actually want to know, you came here from South Africa. Why? Like, what made you choose Toronto?
Honestly, it was initially for more opportunities,
Mhm.
just because I wasn't always doing R&B music, but I knew since a young age I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to do music. It was my passion. And I feel like the scene in South Africa isn't really catered for live performance.
Mm.
Like obviously if you make it big and you're like, you're on a bigger stage, then they cater to things like that, but the scene in South Africa doesn't really have much market for live performance on a smaller scale. And I just found myself doing shows at the same 2 3 venues, and like
Yeah.
I would try and branch out. And yeah, I don't know, it just felt like there was more out there, and I didn't want to restrict myself to just being in South Africa.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, I would look around and see what opportunities. I traveled a bit, went to Europe. Yeah, I went to a lot of places there, and I just fell in love with the music culture there, like the live music culture. There's everyone
Okay.
wants to go out, everyone wants to go see a live show.
Yes, we do.
Um, yeah, I think South Africa and Africa as a whole has such incredible music and such incredible musicians. They're so talented. And I mean, there's so many incredible genres that come out of those countries. I mean, South Africa, we have Amapiano,
Yeah,
like of
yeah.
course I'm so proud of that and I'm so
You
happy
guys
for
did your
us,
big one with that. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like because we're so patriotic and proud of that genre, the clubs are playing on piano, the clubs are catering to that, the
Got you.
venues are catering to that stuff. And it's just like it's not live music's not huge there
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a good response. I think
Thank
that's a
you.
good answer. Yeah, you're welcome. I would love to touch on your childhood a bit more because you mentioned this, that you've always been musical
Yeah.
from a young age, and I know you have this story of, at your fifth birthday party, you kind of playing drums there. Can you take us
Yes.
through that story and just your
Yeah.
musical
So
journey?
I was so small, and it's funny because I vividly remember this quite well, but I don't know what was going through my head at the time. But basically, um, I don't come from a very well-off family. At
Mhm.
that time, it was myself, my brother, my mom and dad. We were living in like this really small little apartment thing, and they didn't have much to give me a present or anything like that. And I just got cake. I don't actually remember what present I got. I think I got like a little plastic toy or something like that.
Oh.
And I had my cake, and I had these balloons that my parents like just blew up by themselves. We didn't have helium and everything like that. And I pushed the presents to the side. I didn't care about the present. I wanted the balloons.
Forget the present.
Yeah, the balloons were my present.
Yeah.
So I grabbed these balloons, and I was trying to like stick them to the table, and so I just put them on this table, and then I grabbed the little plastic um like holders for the balloons. In South Africa,
Okay.
a lot of restaurants and stuff, like I'm sure in Canada they have like Chuck E. Cheese and things like that
Yes,
where
we
kids go,
do.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you have like little balloons on the entrance, and we could like take a
Yeah.
balloon. We have Spur in South Africa, which is like it's also like a restaurant.
Okay. Love that I'm
And
learning. Yes.
yeah, so we had these balloons with these plastic holders, and I took the plastic holders off and put the balloons down, and I was like holding these things and like hitting these balloons and like hitting it like a drum kit. And my dad saw that, and he was like, "Oh, there's something there in terms of
Yeah.
maybe it's creativity or just the innovation to create this instrument. Like I had never seen a drum kit before. I didn't know what that was,
Oh,
but it just
yeah.
naturally occurred to me to like hit something. So yeah, I think my parents saw from an early age that I was interested in like rhythm and music and sound.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think that's beautiful. Have they always been supportive of your journey? Like, what did they think when you were like, "Hey, parents, like, I'm gonna move to Canada?" Like, what did they
Yeah,
think?
they were always very supportive of what I wanted to do. I initially wanted to be like anything creative because my mom said like you can be anything when you grow up, right? And we love moms
Oh, we
that
love moms.
support,
Yeah.
their children. So my mom was like, whatever your heart desires, you choose what you want to be, and we'll always be there to support you, right?
That is so
So
sweet.
I was like, sick. I'm gonna be a motocross rider. I'm gonna be an architect. I'm gonna be a writer. I'm gonna
There's
be a singer. Like I'm gonna be
there's
all
nothing
of
you're
these
not gonna
things.
do.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not one path. So yeah, I just wanted to be in the creative field in some sense, and I was torn between like being a writer or being a singer. But ultimately, I just had so much passion when I could express myself in that way that I was like, I think I'm gonna stick with being a singer.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry if that answers the
It's
question.
it
I think.
perfectly answers the question. It does. I wanna pivot a little bit now
Yes. Okay.
because I wanna pivot a little bit just because what I've noticed is that artists often have, like, a signature style, a signature look, and I feel like every time I see you, you're pulling up with a really cool hat, and I
Yes,
just
with the
yeah, we
hat.
got one today, and I just really wanna know,
Yeah.
where did this start? And, like, could you even describe your personal style as
Yeah.
Kilcasca?
Okay. So yeah, my personal style. So I started in classical music and then I
Mhm.
transitioned into more like ballady stuff, like keys and voice and guitar and voice. Then I did like rock and roll. So through
Crazy
each of
journey.
these phases, I had different styles and different like ways to dress and things like that, So when I
Yeah.
was in my ballad phase, I was pulling up with like the like white t-shirt with like blue jeans that were way too tight for me with like the rips in it. Not a good
It's
phase. Not a good
okay, it's
phase. I think
a phase!
we all had a phase.
Yeah, 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 yep, we did.
With the freaking like the hat with the brim, Come on now. Come on now.
A real character for sure. It's
Yeah.
okay, it's in the archives.
And then yeah, it's in the archives. Then after that I did like rock and roll. So like
Yeah.
hard rock, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin type stuff.
Okay, sick.
And then I was in like jet black, like leather. I was like my hair was dyed red and black. I
Yeah,
was wearing like mascara and things like that for my shows.
yeah. I
Um,
did stalk your Instagram a little bit and
oh,
I
you
saw you had a cool
saw?
haircut. It's cool. You
Yeah,
also have
I
a little
had like the
mullet
super
situation.
like bowl
Yep.
cut with the mullet. It was really a thing. And I don't even know where that style came from. I think it just like over time I was just consuming the music and things
Yeah.
like that, and it just turned into that. And then yeah, after the rock band, I wanted to actually take that band with me to Canada,
Yeah.
and it kind of didn't work out because the band members were still in university, and they were like, "Yeah, we want to keep studying law and like being a doctor and whatever." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay,
Your dad would
it's
love that though.
boring." Yeah,
Yeah,
my dad would love that. I
yeah.
was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
be a lawyer then, whatever. I'm gonna do something fun."
Yeah.
It's like, please don't get a doctorate for me. Uh, so anyways, I moved up to Canada, and I try to find new bandmates to like restart this rock band.
Yeah,
And yeah, like I just couldn't find members who was dedicated, and because I'm quite intense with my journey, like I really am hell bent on making it, and I
of
have like quite a
course.
lot of work ethic, and I
Yeah.
really want to get into it.
Yeah, this is your career.
Yeah,
Of course.
right. I don't feel like I'm much of a dreamer. I'm more so like, let's actually do it.
Let's make it
Like if we
happen.
have something going on, let's
Let's
make it
make it
happen. What are you
happen.
doing next week? What are you doing tomorrow?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think some people were just taken aback by how serious I was about
Okay.
my journey. So when I found like new guitarists or new bassists, I'm like, okay, you down to play? Okay, you
Yeah.
down to play? We're gonna rehearse in 2 days from now. Like here's
Oh,
the material.
okay.
Let's go.
I love that. You make it happen.
But then they would show up and they wouldn't know, like they wouldn't
Oh.
have practiced. So they're like, oh,
Oh.
can I hear it again? And some musicians are great with that. Like some
Yeah.
musicians are great at improv and handle that pressure and perform better under pressure.
Right.
But at the time, I was really like, I need to make a name for myself in the city ASAP. I want to make a statement.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't find those members. So I I was kind of at a crossroads with what I want to do, whether I want to stay in a band or be solo. And that's when I met my best friend at sound engineering school called Metalworks Institute.
Okay.
Okay. And I was just having this conversation with her about like, oh, I just don't know where to go with it. I don't know whether I should keep trying to force this band to happen or if I should just go solo. And she said, what do you need a band for, really?
Yeah.
Like, you can use backing tracks or you can play it yourself or whatever, you know? So she said, I think you should go solo. And then I said, okay, I can do solo, but I can't be a solo rock band. Like, I
Yeah,
can't be a
yeah,
band by myself, you
it
know?
might be a
But
little
there are
challenging.
some people that can do
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
but I was like, no, I can't be a solo rock band. So she's like, okay, then you should change genres. So I'm
Oh,
like, okay, what genre should I do?
yeah.
And she's like, you should do R&B. And I was like,
Oh,
R&B? She's like, yeah, I think your voice will really suit R&B. Like, you have a tone
yeah.
for it, you know? And I'd never really like consumed R&B before. I'd never really listened to it or
Interesting.
like been that into R&B because I'd
Yeah.
been listening to rock for like 3 years before then. Then like really ballady pop music like Tom
Yeah.
Odell, Dean
Okay,
Lewis, like all
yeah.
these artists, James Bay, some Sam Smith, old Sam Smith.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'll try.
Yeah.
So she made me a whole playlist of like R&B
Got you
hits and like
prepped.
this is your homework, go listen to this. So I said, okay, cool. So I sat and I sat for hours like listening to this playlist on repeat. Like if I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, I'm playing this playlist. If I'm in the shower, I'm playing the playlist. And I was just trying to consume and get
Of
influenced.
course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, just also consuming the artists that are in this genre. What are they
Right.
wearing? What's the style? What's the color like?
Okay.
And I'm someone who likes to stand out, make a bit of a scene, and like kind of change directions with things or just like kind of mess around with things a little bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be too copy and paste with other
Okay.
artists. I wanted to be an individual with my style and my take on R&B too,
Yeah.
you know? Because there's so much history, there's so much culture, there's so much influence with R&B, and I want to obviously pay my homage to that and pay my tribute to that and all my respects to it, while also keeping true to myself.
Yeah.
So I love baggy clothing. I love stuff that I'm like
Yes.
drowning in. My mom hates it. She is,
You're
she
buying the
is,
wrong size, I'm
she is
sure she's
one
telling you.
thousand percent like throwing out so many of my favorite clothes just because she's
Oh.
like, he's still wearing this shit. And then so I said, that's just who I am. I want to wear quirky things. I
Yeah.
love bright colors. I know I say
Yeah.
that wearing gray right now,
It's
but
a red it's a one-off today.
there's a piece of shout out Canada Post. I got some red here. I got some red. Um, but yeah, so in terms of the hats,
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of research on branding and marketing and like
Mhm.
what can I do to stand out, because I don't want to be another white dude with brown hair. We got
Yeah.
enough of those. We got enough of those
There's a
guys.
few of you out there,
Yeah,
I
there's
would
a few
say.
of us.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to do something to stand out. And I looked at a lot of other artists that have these really striking images. So I'm
Mhm.
looking at like Ice Spice, I'm looking at
Yeah.
Bruno Mars, I'm looking at The Weeknd,
Yeah.
um, even like Taylor Swift, like she's got
Right.
the blonde bangs, like the
Yeah.
long hair. So and the red lipstick.
Yes.
So I'm like really thinking, what makes me? What can I have that's my standout feature?
Absolutely.
And yeah, I just like stood in the mirror of my best friend's basement, and we're just talking about like branding and style and what I should wear and or what I should do. So I'm standing and I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe like a hat. I was thinking wearing like armor or having something that like covers my face, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't know. And then in this like dusty ass basement that's full of junk, full of random stuff. There was like a whole treadmill in there. There's like a clothing rack with like a bunch of stuff hanging there, and
Yeah.
right in the corner there's like this little piece of fur,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is that?
Who
So
is
I,
that
I
over
go
there?
there and I grab this fur, and it's this big like fur hat thing.
Okay, that was a gamble, 'cause what if that was a little animal in there or something? Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. North America, you guys got like freaking squirrels and skunks and shit. I got
Yeah.
I got chased by a skunk, but I'll tell you that's another story. It was terrible. It was terrible.
We
It was
need
like
to know. Yep.
Anyway, so I found this like fur hat and I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I put it on my head. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay. And I put the ears up and I was like, okay,
Alright.
this is kind of a
Yeah, yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Like I'm seeing
A bit of a
something
look.
here.
Yeah.
So then I call, I'm like, come take pictures of me, as one does with their best friends. I was like,
Yes.
start taking pictures of me. So she's taking these pictures and I post. So I'm like, cool, like let's just see how that goes.
Okay.
Then I went to a networking event, like maybe like a week and a bit later,
Yeah.
right? So I go to this event and I walk in, and then like people are like, "Oh, Kilcasca." I'm like, "What's up?" And they're like,
Mhm.
"Where's your hat? Where's your hat that you were wearing?" Like, I was expecting you to have your
OMG.
hat, and I was like, "Oh, this is something.
That's
This
crazy
is
because I would
something,
say the same if I saw you
right?"
without a hat. I would literally be like, "Where's your hat?"
Exactly. Where's your hat? So I was like, "Damn, this might be it. Like,
This might be
something is
it.
sticking. People are putting me with this hat, like pairing me
Yeah.
together." So I was like, okay, I've only got the one brown hat at the time.
Yeah.
So and I love fashion, so I love to dress in different colors, different styles.
You
So I
need
was like,
different
okay, I
hats.
need different hats for these different outfits.
Yes.
So I just went online and looked for as many of these styles of hats that I could find that
Yeah.
have like this trapper ushanka type thing, and just as many as I could in different colors, so I could wear any outfit and
You got a
have a
hat.
hat
You
for it.
got a hat for
So that's why
it.
I've got so many.
Okay, I was gonna like, how many hats do you have? Do you
Oh my
know? Can you
god.
count?
I've got green, red, light blue, dark blue,
Jeez.
black, black, black and
Yeah.
gray, and orange. So eight.
Wow.
Eight
That's yeah,
hats.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for every fit.
And I think I've got like three more on the way. I'm not
I'm
gonna
sure.
lie.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I've got
yeah.
like
It's not stopping
dark red, I've
there.
got like Lumo green on the way. I've got like a whole bunch
The
of
hat
different ones.
collection is gonna expand.
It's gonna expand. It's gonna
Okay.
grow. Like I've
Yeah.
got big dreams for my wardrobe.
And the
So
hats have to be there.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, sweet. I think that's very cool, and I would say very accurate. Like I do when I think of Kilcasca, like I think of these really fun hats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
accurate.
And I think it's a good reflection of my personality too. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of an ambivert, so I'm a little bit outgoing at times and introverted at times, and like
Yeah.
yeah, the hats determine my mood as well. Like if I'm wearing
Yeah.
something really outrageous, like this is a kind of modest hat. This is one of my more modest hats. If I'm wearing
This is
something
a
really out
modest
there,
hat.
then
Yeah.
like I'm in my zone. So
Okay.
yeah,
Noted. Thank you.
yeah,
I have a question.
yes.
So, in your song Tangerine,
Oh yes.
you have a line where you go, I always thought Kilcasca was a bit of a stupid name. And I had to say it with the accent
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's so nice.
You know how many people call me on the phone and I'm like, hello, and they're like, no, I always thought Kilcasca was a bit of a stupid name. You know that?
And the little dance break.
Stupid name,
Stupid
stupid name,
name, stupid
stupid
name.
name.
But I don't think it's a stupid name. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stop with the
No, you
accent.
can
I'm
say
just
it.
like such a fan. I love the accent, by the way.
Thank you.
I I do want to know, like, where did the name Kilcasca come from?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, the name Kilcasca it actually comes from a character in a book.
Okay.
Um, so if you know, you know. It's called Berserk.
All right.
It's a Japanese manga,
Okay, sick.
and basically, I in media, I love like strong, independent women, like
Yeah.
powerful women that
Yes,
take
we
no
do.
shit.
Yes, we
Because
do.
my mother's like that. I grew up
Her.
with a mother that's very resilient. She
No
doesn't take
nonsense
crap from
mom.
anybody.
Yeah.
If anyone messes with her boys,
They're done.
they're done. Like no one
Yeah.
touches her boys but her, kind of thing.
Aw.
So I've always looked up to role models like that and
Yeah.
figures in history and figures in media and fiction and things like that.
Yeah.
So in this book Berserk, it's a really, I would say, masculine book, just because
Mhm.
it's got like a lot of features of like war and violence, and like the main
Gotcha.
character is this huge, broad, like 6'5" dude, and he's like badass and really
Yeah.
stoic and things like that. But there's also this character Casca,
Yeah.
and the first time this main protagonist, he's never lost a fight, he
Yeah.
meets this small knight on a horse, and he comes up to her and he's like, nothing's ever stood in his way. So he's like trying to get through. And she's just like, hold up,
Mm,
let me teach you a lesson real quick. Puts him
okay.
on his ass.
Love it.
And I was like, that's so badass. That is so sick, Because it's like
Yeah.
it kind of it reminds me of myself when I was younger. I had a lot of those big obstacles and a lot of those challenges, but like I mentioned earlier, the lesson of it doesn't matter what's in your way. The only thing that holds you back is yourself.
Yes,
You
it is.
know, like I can't get in my own way, and I can't let other people get in
Yeah.
my way. I
Yeah.
can't let them embody that obstacle.
Oh, yeah.
So I just really look up to that character. She's super resilient. She has moments of like femininity. She has moments of masculinity. She's a perfect balance.
Yeah.
And I just like thought she was an amazing character, so I wanted to have some sort of influence with her name.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, okay, my artist name's gonna be Casca. It's like, yeah, I'm so clever. No one's ever thought of this name. I go on Spotify and I type Casca to see if
It's
it's
in
like,
it's in
there's like 2 pages of artist name Casca on
already.
Spotify. So I was like,
Somebody hijacked your name before you
that's
could
not a
say it,
good
you're
idea.
bad. Yep.
So I was trying to think like, oh, what can I do to like, mess around with this name? Because I want Casca to be in there.
Right.
So, I was like, Berserk's kind of a violent book, so I was like, maybe like kill or like die or
Okay.
something like that. And I was like, okay, it's a little bit
It's
crazy,
taking us back to our rock and roll
Yeah,
roots.
I was like, it's a little harsh. So I was like Casca kill or kill Casca. I was like, oh, kill Casca. It sounds like some obscure town far up north.
Yes,
Like, oh
it
yeah, I'm from
does.
Kilcasca.
I'm from
There you go,
Kilcasca.
right? But I was like, I need to take out one of the L's because I don't want it to be like too violent.
Too
You know,
violent now.
if I'm on like the Tonight Show or something, like, ladies and gentlemen, kill Casca, and they're like, who's kill
Who
Casca?
is
The
the
kid named Casca in the
violence?
corner, like sweating. You know.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it like kill Casca.
Yeah.
And yeah, I googled Kilcasca. The word doesn't exist. It's nowhere to be
Okay.
found.
You're one of
Like
one then.
I
So we'll
created this word.
we'll search up Kilcasca and you will pop up.
Yeah, if you search for Kilcasca, I'm the only thing that shows up. There's nothing. It doesn't
OMG.
exist. Like you can, yeah,
I
you
think
can
that's
look anywhere.
perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So I have another. This one I think is maybe a little cheeky of a question. It's just a
Okay.
silly question though.
Okay.
In the same music video, Tangerine,
Yeah.
at the end, there's a scene where you're like sitting on the couch and there's a bunch of
Mm-mm.
tangerines
Yes.
surrounded by you, and you take a bite of
Yes,
the
I eat the
tangerine.
tangerine. Yeah.
But I just want to know, like, do you do you peel your tangerines? Like, when you I watched the video and you just like it felt like
I
like if someone
do.
bites into an
Okay.
orange, but like
Okay.
peel
Okay.
intact, like everything
Yeah.
intact.
To defend myself, that was not my idea to eat the tangerine like that. So we have all these tangerines, and I'm sitting on this couch, like fiddling with this tangerine, you know.
Yeah,
And I was asking the director at the time, I was asking, oh, can I eat the tangerine? Because I'm like kind
yeah,
of hungry, you know, we've been shooting all day.
yeah. Little snack
Um,
break.
yeah, a little snack break. And he was like, it'd be cool. Like, what if you bite into the tangerine with the peel on?
Oh,
And I was like, also, the other thing, the clothing that I'm wearing in that music video, I bought all that stuff from All Saints, like designer, like a little
yeah,
expensive, you know?
yeah.
So my plan is like I'm not gonna rent these clothes, I'm not gonna like borrow, and no way in hell I'm gonna spend like 3K on an outfit for
Yes,
one
for
music
one
video.
video.
So I was like, I'm gonna be smart, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to All Saints, buy this clothes, return it the next day. That was my plan,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So I bought these clothes. So I'm wearing like a $500 like white sweater, all
Yeah,
white
yeah,
sweater
yeah,
in that scene. And
yeah.
he's like, yeah, bite into the tangerine. So I bite down into the tangerine. All the orange juice goes down my sleeve and like destroys this
No,
sweater. And I was like, I don't know what I'm
no,
gonna do.
no.
But well, like going back to the biting part,
Yeah.
that was not my idea. And I had to do that take like 10 times. It
Okay,
was not
so
the first
the
10.
so it was we messed up the shirt a few
No,
times then.
literally, I bit down the first one, like, oh shit, we went rolling, sorry. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I spit it out. And then
Oh,
after like the fourth take, he's like, oh, sorry, sound issue. And I'm like,
okay.
what do you mean sound issue?
So we're
Like,
just biting
we're
into
putting the song
tangerine.
over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to do that take so many times.
Oh,
But
man.
thank God for my team that was with me at the time. They had the Tide Be Gone, is that what it's
Okay, the
called?
little yeah,
And
the
we
portable
sat, yeah, we sat for
one.
like 2 hours, like wiping out
Oh,
all the orange.
yeah. Shout out
And
that team.
yeah, I couldn't go back into All Saints because I didn't want them to see my face bringing all the clothes that I just bought from them.
Yeah, yeah, they
So
would know.
I sent Carmela to go and return the
Shout
clothes for me.
out
So she's like,
Carmela.
"Okay, don't worry, I got you." So she goes and they took it back. They didn't ask questions.
Okay,
So I was
and
like,
nobody
"Thank
has to
God."
know.
Yeah,
No one has to know.
I don't want to.
Maybe
Yo, hold on. Censor this from All Saints.
it's your secret, everyone
Yeah.
watching. Okay, well, yeah, I just really so we know, let the world be known. You do peel your tangerines and your
I
oranges. It
do.
was
I
just
do.
it was
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
video. It was
Yeah.
for the video. Okay. Now so you talked about a lot about just being in R&B and listening to so many artists when you were first starting out, but I would love to know who your musical influences are.
Ooh, oh my God. Right now,
Yeah.
I am so obsessed with artists like Leon Thomas,
Yeah, we love Leon Thomas.
Almin. I love
Okay.
Almin so
Beautiful
much from the
voice.
UK. I discovered him. A friend of mine invited me to a show, like a show that I never
Okay.
heard of, from this artist that I never heard of in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like feeling tired that night, but I said, okay, I'll go. So I
Yeah.
go. I think it was at the Annex. I think it's called the
Okay.
Annex. I'm not sure,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I went to to the show. I never heard of this artist, and I was absolutely blown away, like insane. So talented.
Oh,
My dream collaboration is with him.
oh,
But yeah, him, Leon Thomas. I love Elton John. Elton John's
yeah,
huge influence for me just throughout my life.
icon.
Um, I've got an older dad. He was born in 1951. So
Oh.
mad old. Love you, dad. But yeah,
Okay, he's
he's
got a lot of
older.
wisdom,
Yeah,
yeah.
so he brought me up on a lot of old music. He's like super big fan of George Benson as well. So
Okay.
George Benson also a big influence for me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, like
Oh, yeah, the
yeah,
classics.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I feel like, we're all getting to know each other, we're all getting to know Kilcasca. Would you say there are any misconceptions about you? And if there are, like, what would you do to address
Ooh,
them? Yeah.
misconceptions. I feel like a lot of people think that I'm not nice. Like, because
Oh.
I love to treat everyone with kindness, right? And I love to see the
Yeah,
goodness
you
in people. Yeah,
do!
exactly. But people think that they're like, "There's no way this guy's that nice." And I'm like,
Oh, they think you're
"No."
faking it.
I'm like, "No, I genuinely like
Guys, he's
I'm
so
here for you, like I want you to
sweet.
succeed,
You're literally a ball of sunshine.
I mean, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I don't know. I try and be nice, and even people that fuck me over and stuff like that. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's like my toxic trait or like
yeah.
my a red flag of mine or just a bad thing, but I always like I forgive people, and I want everyone to succeed and to
Yeah,
like have those wins.
yeah,
So it confuses me when people like I don't know, turn on me or just like talk
yeah.
crap about me behind my back. I'm like, come on, I'm on your side.
You're on everybody's
I try to
side.
be. I try to
You
be.
literally are.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a misconception. Well,
Yeah.
he's a beautiful human, and don't be mean, or then you're
Thanks.
gonna have to deal with me. So
Yeah, thanks.
okay, so you state English on your website that your goal as an artist is
Mhm.
to break barriers and
Yes,
create a musical legacy that resonates far and wide.
exactly.
Yes. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
Yeah, so the day that I decided to become a singer,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not just gonna be a singer. I'm gonna be the greatest singer of all time. Right.
Her. All right.
Obviously, I'm shooting for the stars, and I have my idols. I have people that are untouchable.
Yeah.
But it's a message to myself to always grow and always excel, always learn,
Yeah.
never stop. Expanding your horizons.
Oh.
So when I put that on my site, it's kind of like a reminder to myself and a testimony of what I stand for as an artist. So I want to, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I want to take like using R&B,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be a copy and paste. I want to be
Right.
Kilcasca. I want to be myself and use my individuality as my superpower, right?
Right.
So I want to take that and I want to mold things and change the direction of R&B or change the direction of whatever genre I I do.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's just like a reminder to myself to be like keep pushing and keep changing things and don't be scared of creativity. Don't feel like any idea is stupid. Like
Oh.
if you have a strange idea and you like people might not consume it, just do it.
Just do it. I feel
Just
like
do
that's
the
how Lady
idea.
Gaga started, you know?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying.
And we love
People
her.
thought she was like out of this world, like a different
Right.
different being.
Yeah.
But today she's like breaking barriers and she's a
So big.
pioneer. She's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out Lady Gaga
Shout
if
out
you're
Lady
seeing this
Gaga.
album.
Gosh, we love her so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one last, like, really, really deep, real question for
Okay,
you.
okay.
And
I'm nervous.
I don't be
Why
nervous.
am
It's
I
gonna be good.
sweating?
It's gonna be good. Okay, maybe I have two. I
Oh
got
god,
two.
okay.
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 First one is there a piece of advice that you've been given in your life, or is there like a mantra or a quote that you live by consistently?
Um, yeah. I would honestly say just like I wish I could think of the mantra in my head. In terms of like a mantra or a quote, I don't necessarily have a set in stone line
Mhm.
that I would say I strictly think about every day or follow every day. But it's honestly just be resilient. Like
Oh, yeah.
just rise above it and just keep going.
Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Like don't stop digging for diamonds because
Yeah.
you don't know what you might find on the way there.
You
You might find some
don't.
emeralds, might find some rubies. So I
Oh.
would say, yeah. I don't know if that's been taken. If it hasn't, I'm taking that. Don't stop digging for diamonds, okay?
I haven't heard it before, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think yeah. I think you're good. I think you're good. That's beautiful. And I think you do exude that. Like you
Thank
do
you.
exude resilience, and I think that's a very beautiful thing to think about.
Thank you.
I would love to know though, and I'm sure our viewers would also love to know, who is Kilcasca when you're not making music?
Mhm.
Who are you outside from, R&B, the
Mm.
beautiful vocals,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Who are you
Making me
just on
blush
a
over
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Who are you just on a regular day? Who is
On a regular
Kilcasca?
basis,
Yeah.
I love food, honestly. Like,
Ooh.
I'm probably out eating food or getting a cold little drinkity drink.
Oh, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food of all time is minestrone soup. That's so
Oh,
weird, I know.
okay, that's very
I don't
specific.
know if
I've
you've
never
heard of
had
ever
no,
heard
I've
of
never
it.
had it
It
before.
is so delicious. My mom's minestrone soup is
Ooh.
so good, but
Oh,
I would say,
nice.
like, minestrone soup, and I love anything that's, like, crushed ice.
Okay.
crushed ice
Like a
drinks.
slush or
So like
something.
ice caps,
Oh,
yeah, Canadian thing for all the non-Canadian viewers. Tim Hortons ice caps, so good. I love like taro smoothies, things like that.
okay.
Like any sort of smoothie is so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, outside of music, I'm just thinking about when I can get back to doing music.
That's your love. It's your
Yeah,
one
that's
true
it. Yeah,
love.
I'm just like reminding myself like, oh, I need to do some writing, right?
Okay.
I've just experienced something. How can I turn this into a song kind of
This is
thing?
beautiful. You really
Yeah.
are, yeah, like artist mind all the
Yeah,
time.
it's constantly I don't know why, but I have this like vision, a certain lens, I guess. The way I see the world is like there's inspiration in anything. Like even the way that
Yeah.
this studio light is hitting those keys is
Yeah.
inspiring me to do something, you know?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, on a basis where I'm not doing music, I'm thinking about when I can do music or
Okay.
why am I not doing music right now?
I
You
love
know?
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or something
Okay.
creative. Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
That and food.
And food.
That
Oh,
and
food is
food.
life. Yeah.
Okay, sick. Well, I do just have a few more questions, but they're just random rapid fire.
Okay.
So I want you to do your best. Like, don't think too hard.
Okay.
I just asked the question.
Deep
I just
breaths.
want to hear. Yeah, deep breath. You got this.
Okay.
We believe in you. Just
Sure.
answer as honestly as you can.
Okay.
And just have fun with it. We're
Okay.
here to vibe. We're here to
Got it.
vibe. So you've got a full day with no obligations. What time are you waking up? And what's the first thing you do?
Oh my god. I'm waking up at like 2 in the afternoon. The first thing I do is lay in bed and check my notifications, check how my friends are doing, get up and make myself a matcha latte.
Her.
And then yeah, that's the first thing I
Sick,
would do.
sick.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, one food for the rest of my
The rest
life?
of your life, you can have anything
Damn, I really
else.
like minestrone soup, but
Yeah.
it needs to have buttered bread. So that's 2 meals. So it doesn't really count, does it?
No.
Damn. Um, you know what? Tonkatsu.
Oh.
Tonkatsu. I don't know if you've heard of tonkatsu.
I haven't. Tell me
Yeah,
about it.
it's like fried Japanese fried pork, and they like slice
Oh.
it.
Alright.
So good. Yeah,
Okay, per
I would
that
say Japanese
ooh.
tonkatsu. Yeah,
Alright,
if you know,
alright.
you know.
Alright, if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Oh, if I could be any animal, I'd be a
Any
bird
Why a bird?
because I've always wanted to fly.
Oh.
I've always wanted to fly and have really, really good vision.
Okay,
I
so
have
not
decent
just
vision,
you
but
have decent vision,
yeah,
not like the rest some of us over here.
I would. Yeah, sorry, sorry, that wasn't a jab at you.
It's okay.
I would want to be a bird, honestly.
Okay, but
Yeah,
not just any bird, the ones that can fly.
I would want to be. Yeah, I'd want to be like an eagle, like a big bird,
Oh,
like
okay.
golden eagle or something like
Oh,
that. You
that's
know?
sick.
Yeah, because I don't want to get eaten.
You don't wanna
I
get
don't want to get
eaten.
eaten by other
Those
birds.
poor
Yeah,
little, like, blue
yeah.
jays and robins,
I don't want to be
man.
an
They're s
apex predator because I want to be better than anyone else. I just don't want to get
You just wanna get
eaten.
eaten. You just
Yeah,
wanna fly and vibe.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, do
yeah.
your own thing.
That's
Okay,
it.
sick. What is your favorite cultural dish?
Oh well, Japanese tonkatsu. I
Okay,
guess. Does that
okay.
count? Yeah, you know what I've never had before? Like maybe by the time people see this, it would have changed. But I've never had jerk chicken before.
Okay, so sorry, I got
Yeah. All my
the
Caribbean
looks.
friends want to kill me.
I am Jamaican, so I also too am like, you
Never had
gotta
it.
have it. You've never had
Never
it. Do
had
you
it.
like spice?
Yeah.
Okay. You
I'm white
sure?
as hell. Like I will die, but I'll go
It's
through
okay,
it.
you enjoy okay, oh my god,
I'm
we have to go on a
Brazilian,
little
right? So
yeah, you're
I'll
Brazilian.
eat through the
Just
tears.
have some milk beside you or
Yeah.
something. I think you would love it.
I've
I
never
think you would
tried
love
it.
it, and
Yeah.
now we all have to go have jerk
I've
chicken.
heard all the hype, but all my my Caribbean friends always say if you're gonna have it, it needs to be like a good
It does
spot.
have
Like
to
you
be a
can't just
good
go
spot.
anywhere.
No, no, you can't
So
just go
I'm just
anywhere.
waiting for someone to take me out to try some jerk chicken.
And it might
'Cause
be me!
yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my
if you
gosh,
down,
we have to go have jerk
I haven't
chicken.
tried it yet.
Okay, okay, sick.
Yeah.
I like that answer. Um, if you could collaborate with any artist, past or present, who would it be? They
Mm.
could be yeah, this could be somebody from the 1930s.
Anyone?
Anyone, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite
Yeah,
artist.
because like right now, I'd love to collab with like Elmin or Leon Thomas.
Yeah,
But if it's of all time,
yeah,
mm, can it be when that artist is in their prime?
absolutely.
Okay, Mariah Carey. I would
Oh,
love to collab
what
with
a
Mariah Carey.
okay, I'm not even gonna try. I'm so sorry to all you
Yeah?
guys. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can't do the whistle, but
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
would love to collaborate with
beautiful.
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Not just because I had the biggest crush of all time on her, and I just want to be in the room with
Oh my
her
god,
for
why are you
any
so obsessed with
excuse.
me? Sorry, I'm kidding. No, the
Literally,
song, the song.
literally. No, like she was speaking to me because I was watching her music videos a little too
And she
long.
was like, "Why are
So
you so obsessed with
like, can
me?"
you chill?
Kilcasca? Damn.
Yeah, no, literally, because I do a little whistle thing as well, and Carmela's like, "Oh, Kilcasca Carey is out, you know?
Yeah.
So just because I love Mariah. So I would love to collaborate with Prime Mariah Carey. I just love her tone. So, so talented. Even though she's like an icon, she's even
Yeah,
underrated within the icons, I would say.
I agree.
I think she's underrated icon.
I
Yeah,
d Beautiful.
that's my
We love
take.
Mariah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love you, Mariah.
Love you, Mariah. Well, I unfortunately, I have some sad news that those are all my questions that I
No.
prepared. I
Oh, okay.
know! We could yap all
Yeah,
day,
we could.
all night. But I do wanna know, just to end this off, like, what can we hope for the future of Kilcasca? What can we look out for just
Yeah.
in your journey as an
Right now,
artist?
I'm trying to build my catalog, just trying to
Mhm.
get more songs out there.
Yeah.
Just really in my writing bag right now. I haven't been doing many live shows.
Okay.
I've got some coming up. I've got like May 29th. I'm doing just an independent show with
Alright.
incredible artists Callie Sway and Ava Marie. So I would suggest if you guys are not doing anything May 29th, come out to Supermarket.
No, you won't
Um,
suggest, but I will tell you,
be
be
there.
there or be
Be there
square.
or be
Yes.
a square.
Yes.
Then I've got Vaughan International Music Festival coming up.
Yeah.
But these are later dates, right? Right now, or at least since January, I've just been really into my songwriting bag.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say just get ready for more releases, more visual content. I
Okay.
love surrealism, so I want to push some really weird ideas out there, some funky
Nice.
things.
Yeah, we like funky.
So I'd say yeah, just be on the lookout for that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Oh,
Oh my
well,
god, my stomach's rumbling
Kilcasca.
right now. We're talking about
I
food.
feel like the mic has picked up a few
Yeah,
grumbles
sorry
on
if
my
my
end.
stomach's rumbling. It's just because all that food
We're
talk's got
talking a lot
me.
about food, man. I know
Yeah.
I'm craving jerk chicken, but thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing this interview.
Yeah.
You are a pleasure to speak with.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
such
you.
a ball of sunshine. You're such a joy.
Thank you.
And I hope that, more people can find you, discover you, and realize
I hope
how,
so.
yeah, just how talented you
Thank you
are.
so much.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
fan. I will say I'm a
Guys,
fan.
I'm a fan of anyone who has supported me through my journey. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we're in this together. You know, the journey is not about me, it's about us all
yeah.
together. I want to take you on a journey. So, yeah, come along for the ride. You know,
Come
I
along
love
for the
you and you
ride.
there. Just if you're watching this, then you're in the right place. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing. Oh, thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Can we get a
Thanks.
hug?
Yeah,
Can
we
we get
can
a hug?
get a hug. Sorry, Mikes.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you. Thank
thank
you.
you.
That was
Guys,
awesome.
10
That's
out
a
of 10.
wrap.
So everybody, you can find me on Instagram at Chelsea_Campbell. TikTok is the same thing. Goodreads, the same thing. Letterboxd, same thing. Chelsea_Campbell, CHELSI_CAMPBELL.
And she
Yeah.
spelt it out.
Spelt it out just for you
She
guys.
spelt it out. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this interview. My name's Kilcasca. You can see me anywhere at Kilcasca because the word doesn't exist. So I own that. At KILCASCA. I've got a website, www.kilcasca.com. Instagram Kilcasca, TikTok Kilcasca, YouTube Kilcasca. Anything. You can find me there. So hope to see you there. Okay.
Beautiful.
Bye.